Alrighty everybody, welcome back to another video. This video is going to be a Q&A. So I sent out an announcement on my Instagram story, pretty much saying, ask a profitable day trader any questions. So pretty excited about this video. This should be a pretty good video and you guys should gain a lot of knowledge from this video. So the first question is, Joseph Andres, how long should it take to pass funded accounts? Now I always say it depends. Now if you're a beginner, I think it should take no more than 2.5 to 3 weeks to pass your first funded account. If you are very experienced and you are profitable and you have gotten payouts before, I say you try and pass them as soon as possible, 1 to 2 days, depending on, of course, what firm you're trading. But never get rebilled on an eval account, ever. The next question is from Busting Brand Dom. Did you ever doubt you'd ever become profitable? 100%. I never thought I would become profitable. Honestly, I never thought I had that in me. Literally, when I first started trading, my only goal was to get one payout and then I would just be okay with the rest of my life, just because I wanted to prove to myself that I can get that one payout, you know? But now, when I got my first payout, I was like, wait, I actually need to make a lot of money. So that's not really the case anymore, but I just wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. TI7ANFX said, ever felt like you hit a roadblock or wanted to give up with trading? 100%. And I've hit many, many of those. And as a day trader, you're going to hit these roadblocks and you're gonna think that you're almost gonna feel like you forgot how to trade at some points, or that this isn't really possible and you may just have gotten lucky. But the main thing is that you persevere out of this and you just go back to what you're doing before that has gotten you the payouts and the consistency, right? So yeah, of course, I've definitely hit roadblocks just like everybody else in day trading. Roman said, how's your sleep schedule? I go to bed around like 1 to 2 a.m. It's not the best. And I wake up at around 8:30. So wake up a little bit. I don't really get that much sleep. I should definitely fix that. Kura_M said, how do you deal with losses and what would your 30-day discipline roadmap look like? So the way I deal with losses is I just take them to the chin and I try not to cry about them. Like, obviously, you don't want to just dwell on your losses, because as a day trader, you have to understand that this is your profession and that you're going to take losses, and that it is pretty much inevitable that you're going to take losses, and you will never have a 100% win rate. Nobody in the world will ever have a 100% win rate. I may go on 3 to 4 week win streaks and then I will take that small loss and then that's that. I suck it up, because no model will ever be 100%, right? But fortunately, my model is very high win rate, but of course you will never have a 100% win rate. So you will eventually take a loss, and there's just nothing you can do about it. Also, for my 30-day roadmap of discipline, it would look something like, I would grab a notebook and I would write down everything that I know I should be doing, and I would do it on a day-to-day basis, meaning waking up early, drinking lots of water to hydrate, or raw milk, if you know, you know. Then I would be hitting the gym every single day, eating very, very clean. I would take my creatine, because creatine is extremely important for brain health. I would make sure I'm in tune with God, treat others with respect, make sure I'm treating myself with respect, meditating, praying every single day, making sure I'm doing something that is taking me closer to the goals that I want to reach. S. Chasen, I don't really know how to pronounce your name, but he said, what was your biggest mental barrier that keeps you unprofitable and how did you overcome it? My biggest mental barrier was not staying patient and forcing things that were not there, because I was so focused on the money. Now, I did this for a very, very long time, pretty much 8 months consistently. I would just be extremely impatient and force things that were not there, and it would cost me a lot of money. It would cost me time and a lot of money. The way I overcame this was by simply saying to myself, do I really, really want this bad enough? And am I doing everything that I possibly can to get to the version of myself that is profitable and has a lot of money? And the answer was simply no. So I had no choice but to change. I had no choice. My back was against the wall, and it was either I keep making these same mistakes as an unprofitable day trader, being impatient and forcing setups, or I can just simply stay hands off in moments that I don't see anything, and then take something that I do see that is A+, and then more than likely catch a win. I have trust in my model. I know exactly what I need to do, but my impatience is the thing that is absolutely crushing it. So I pretty much just overcame it by doing the things that I knew I should have done, because it was getting to a point of no return. I was losing hope in day trading because of how impatient I was. And the minute that I gained that patience and I applied what I said I was going to do on the charts, that is when I started to notice a lot of success in a very, very short amount of time. And I mean, within a couple of weeks, I was getting payouts, and everything has changed just because of how much more patient I was. Skipping bad days, skipping bad price action, etc. Andrew said, what motivated you to stay consistent and actually take trading seriously? Honestly, my biggest motivation was I wanted freedom. Freedom was the number one most important thing for me. Now, I knew if I were to go just work a 9-to-5 job, I would have absolutely no freedom, or I would have absolutely no financial freedom, right? So at 21 years old, I'm not gonna get the craziest high paying job more than likely unless I have a very high qualified degree. And even then, I'm not really guaranteed for it, right? So trading was honestly my only way out in the moment. So kind of going back to that thing, like back against the wall, like I had no other choice but to make this work. And I fell in love with it so much that I knew I was going to make it work, right? And I was obsessed with the fact that I can just grab my laptop and travel anywhere and day trade because of a skill, right? Everything that I've learned is just a skill. I have an edge in the market because of my model, and that is just a skill that I have learned, and it took me some time to learn, but overall it was worth it. So the number one motivation for me was just simply having freedom, having location freedom, having financial freedom in the sense that I can make however much I want and I'm not capped at a certain salary. Mustafa Sari, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, I 100% did. He said, how long were you on a break-even stage and what changes you made that made you profitable? I was on a break-even stage for about 8 months, almost to a year. And the number one change for me was identifying my problems and creating solutions to my problems. Biggest problem, like I said, was being impatient, having FOMO, over leveraging because I wanted the money. As soon as I fixed these problems, my trading completely changed in such a short amount of time. I went from a very break-even trader to a very, very profitable trader in a couple of months just because I fixed those problems, right? I identified the problems, I put them on paper, I created solutions to my problems, and I applied the solutions to my problem. And from me applying them, that's what has gotten me to a stage of profitability. IS1 Goobies, I'm butchering all these names. He said, did you ever have a time where you blew account after account? If so, what changed? 100%. I think out of anybody watching this video, I have gone on tilt way worse than any of you guys, or honestly, all of you guys combined. I'm not lying. There have been a couple $1,000 days. There have been multi-5-figure months that were negative. Yes, you heard that right. Multi-5-figure months that were negative because of how bad I've blown accounts and how bad my FOMO, my revenge trading was, and how impatient I was. I've never really even told anybody that, but I have gone on tilt so bad before. Now, this is almost embarrassing to say, but not really, because I've completely gone out of this stage. But I blew so many accounts on Top Step that I hit the daily maximum reset limit and the daily maximum accounts that you can buy. They literally capped me out, and in a single day. And you know what I did? I went to another firm and I capped it out. That was my worst tilt day ever, and that was a very long time ago. That was probably a little over a year ago, I would say, where I hit that point where I just crashed out so hard one day and I blew over 20 accounts that day. Now, the discount code was not really working too well. Let's just say that they were not cheap. This was max allo, max allo, max allo, max allo, max allo, multiple times a day on multiple firms. That was my worst crash out day I've ever had in my entire trading career. And after that, I said, this will never happen again. And it never happened again. I could not bear that mental loss or that financial loss ever again. So I pretty much made a decision that I will never do that ever again. And I never did it again. It's kind of just one of those things where it's like, if you do it again, you're gonna build a habit and you're gonna stay cooked and you're not gonna be a profitable day trader for the rest of your life. So if you blow an account one day, stay hands off, come back the next day with a fresh mind. Do not revenge trade. Evan said, how do you stop the urge to predict the market instead of react? This ties back to patience. Once again, every single time that you try and predict the market, realize statistically how well you do or how bad you do, right? You do terrible trying to predict the market. You have a terrible win rate. You know that you trying to predict the move is you simply having FOMO or pretty much saying, I want the money so bad. I think the markets are gonna go here. I'm not too sure, I'm not too confident, but I think the markets are gonna go here, so I'm gonna get an early entry so I can maintain good RR. Yet I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm hoping that this works out. Now, when you hold on to hope in day trading and you're not following a statistical system, you're gonna get cooked every single time. If you are not reacting to what the candles are telling you in the current moment, how do you ever expect to get to a stage of profitability, right? I know there's models that are like bottom and top ticking and they're low win rate for a reason, yet they're high RR. But that may work for some people and personally not myself. P4 Prime said, did you ever experience the aha moment? The moment felt like, yes, I finally figured it out? Yes. That is a very, very true thing that happens. And it happened to me, I would say like, honestly, like a year and a half into trading where I was like, okay, I think I really have this down. Like, I know exactly what I need to be looking for. And I've seen it happen so many times in the market and I've trained my eye to see these setups so many times. I was like, wait, like I know I have this down. the only thing holding me back would be psychology at this point. Like, my model is so simple, that aha moment came to me so quick. I was like, this is like not hard. People overcomplicate trading for absolutely no reason, when all you have to do is just simply react to what the markets are telling you, and that aha moment will come to you. And it just takes time. You know, you have to train your eye. It does take time. Javion, this is honestly an amazing question. This guy, he's one of my students. He's one of my best students, actually. He hit $40,000 a couple months ago, or not even a couple months, I think like a month ago. And now he's buying a 2026 BMW M2. He's like 80K plus in payouts. This guy's great. He said, would you say your students have made you into a better trader? 1000%. Teaching others how to trade definitely trained me to be a better teacher and a better trader, right? By identifying their mistakes and applying solutions to their mistakes helped me as a day trader. Now, when I started to teach people how to day trade, I noticed I got a lot better at day trading, and I got a lot more consistent. I went on these crazy green streaks, over a month green streaks sometimes, just because of like, I've seen so many styles of trading when it comes to my model. I now know how to identify these mistakes. I know why they happen, and I know how to fix them. I know how to now read the markets a lot better. Good question, bro. Mr. Gillians, I'm sorry if I butchered that as well. What inspired you to start teaching? That's a really good question. I remember I would be on TikTok and I would be watching these day traders, like on the live trading, or just like overall posts about trading, and I would see their trades and I would find so many solutions to their problems if they were to take like a losing trade. And I'm like, I could easily teach this person what they're doing wrong, and I can change their trading completely. Why don't I open up a mentorship or my Discord and try and help people? Because I've reached a point where trading is not that hard for me. I understand the markets fairly well now. I can give this knowledge to other people and I can help them succeed. And I have done that to countless people already. So I really have a passion for teaching, and I really have a passion for helping people, especially when it comes to day trading, because there's so much misinformation out there, and there's so many mentors out there, and there's so many videos to watch. You don't really know where to start or who to start with. So I think finding that right person and cutting out all that noise that you would have watched on YouTube, all those videos, you can save yourself so much time. And I was like, I can save these people so much time and tell them exactly what they need to know, because I've done it all. I've watched thousands of hours of videos online. I've watched the ICT 2022 mentorship like 6 times. I'm not even lying. It's a ridiculous amount of times, but every single ICT video, every single model, every single thing, I've done it. I've studied the charts morning to night for almost 2 years. Like, I know about trading. Let me teach somebody what they need to actually know. Right? I guess that's kind of what inspired me. JXKUBZ said, why did you decide to make the best mentorship? That's kind of funny. Coulter said, video of your full model. Come on, bro. Ivane said, what disciplined habits made you profitable? That's a good question. Going to the gym, eating very clean, developing the skill of patience outside of the charts, showing myself respect outside of the charts as well. That's a big one. And doing things that I did not want to do, right? Lifting heavier in the gym. If I felt tired, I would push through. Avoiding a snack that I wanted to eat that's not healthy. Praying to God. I used to never pray to God, ever, before trading. When I got into trading and I got hit down to the lowest point in my life, the only person I could revert to was God. So MAT6KA said, how do you get out of the break-even stage in day trading? It's really simple. Grab a notebook, put it down in front of you, identify the mistakes that are causing you to lose trades, and you should be journaling every single one of your trades, and you should be identifying why you took a loss that day. It can be a technical problem or it can be a psychological problem. Once you have identified that problem, put it down on paper, then create a solution to that problem and apply that solution, and I promise you, you will get out of that break-even stage way faster than you ever thought. Jan NQ said, what psychology change made you profitable? Coming to the realization that if I do not follow my rules and if I do not do the things that I know I should be doing, I will never succeed at this skill or this profession, and I might as well just throw it down the trash and go find a 9-to-5 job. Once again, back against the wall. You have to face your problems, you have to face yourself as a human being, and you have to identify why you are losing, what's going on with yourself, what can you do to become better, and just apply it. Or you have to face the fact that you're going to be stuck in this loop of an unprofitable day trader for a very long time, and a lot of people never get out of this unprofitable stage because they can't simply take control of their emotions. Their emotions are the things that are controlling them. Now, you have to fix that. You have to gain control of your emotions. Gain control of your brain, right? That's the most important thing. Face your problems. Hold yourself accountable. How much time and how many losses did it take for you to become profitable? It took me about 8 to 10 months to start to see payouts and start to see consistency in the markets. So I would say that's probably when I hit my point of profitability. Now, I still had obviously a lot of ups and downs after the 8 to 10 months, and I would blow accounts and buy accounts, etc. Didn't necessarily mean I was an unprofitable day trader. I was making more profit than I was spending, but how many losses? Oh, I can't even tell you, man. I literally cannot tell you how many losses I've taken in day trading. It's a lot. On my come up, it was a lot of losses. Omar Gonzalez said, when you weren't profitable, what kept you going? What kept me going was knowing that there is a life out there for me that I have to work towards. And I saw the potential in myself early on, and I knew I could do it, right? If there were people online who seemed less intelligent than myself, I would be like, why can they do it and I can't? I understand the technical analysis. Like, I understand what these videos are teaching me. Why can't I become a profitable day trader, right? It was kind of like that. It was just like, I know I can do this. I know the life that is out there for me. I just have to get it, you know? I just have to get it. I just have to work towards it. It was just having hope and it was literally just having hope and faith in the future. That's all. Neon said, what's a good mindset to have in trades, life, or just in general? Well, in trades, this is gonna get like specific, but like when you're inside of a trade, you have to accept the risk. You have to be okay with taking a loss. And when you're in that trade, tell yourself, if I lose this trade, I will not revenge trade. And everything that I saw made sense for me to take this trade, hopefully, and I just accept the risk. Now in life, the mindset you need to have in life, in my opinion, is you need to always maintain an optimistic mindset and always veer away from negativity. You will notice that your brain drifts into a negative state of mind, and I think as humans that is very natural, but it's super important for you to maintain control of your mind, calm yourself down if you ever get into these bad states of being, and just know that everything is going to work out if you make it work out. If you set up a plan for yourself, you have these goals out in mind, you need to make sure that you maintain a very positive outlook and you just keep on persevering and you just keep on pushing forward. There's no way but forward, right? There's no way but up, I should say. You will never go back down, right? And a lot of your problems that you guys have are in your brain. They're not in actual reality, right? Just become conscious. I want you guys to become very, very conscious of your surroundings and notice that the problems that you are having are more than likely in your brain and they're not in the physical 3D world, right? I may be stressing about something that hasn't even happened yet because I'm just anxious and overwhelmed by it, but I'm then attracting that anxiety and that negative problem even closer to me the more I dwell on it. So this kind of just goes to like kind of the law of attraction. You need to stay on a high frequency and a high vibration, and you will start to attract things that are on that same frequency and same vibration, right? You want that dream car, get on that frequency of your dream car. Whenever you see somebody driving your dream car, don't think, oh, I wish I had it, he's just lucky. But no, you say, that is amazing, I cannot wait to get in his position, I am so deeply happy for him. You think God in the universe is gonna reward somebody who's negative and pessimistic all the time and hates on other people? No, it's going to reward somebody who is grateful and very charismatic and very optimistic of their goals and what other people are doing, and they feel a sense of happiness for those other people. So you then are going to get what those people have in return because you feel that way towards them. You feel that positive way towards them. Every single time I saw somebody driving like an M car or a Lamborghini or whatever, some car that I wanted, I would think, that is so cool. I wonder how he got there. Like, I'm very happy for this person. I cannot wait for myself to get into that position because I already know it's gonna happen. Having that knowing is going to drive that 3D thing into your life. And I'm gonna cut it there at those questions. There are some other questions, but I think that's good for the video right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this style of trading, and I want you guys to know that you got this. This is not hard. You just have to keep on pushing, right? Keep on pushing and keep on maintaining a positive outlook towards this, and just know that if you stay consistent with this, this will 100% work out. So that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, peace out.